Here are my predictions and my wish list to what could be the final season of Splatoon 3. This might be the last update, so obviously the community has high hopes. Except I lied, and no one thinks this is going to be a good update because of the lackluster ones we've been getting. However, this wishlist is going to be very optimistic. It is in-depth ideas for the framework of the update, new weapons, subs, a side order update, a new Grizzco weapon, and most importantly, a new King Salmonid. So, stick around and enjoy. Let's start with the framework of the update. In order for a good update, you need to meet expectations and exceed them. Most seasons have met expectations in some areas, have not in others, and have exceeded expectations in others. So, here's what a season needs to do to meet or exceed expectations in every area. New weapons. Every other season has had this. At least 2. Number 2, new specials. Every season with no weapons has had this. We need at least 2. 3, new kits. Every season has had this, it's just a matter of how many. At least 10. 4, new maps. Fresh season only had 1 map, which is not enough. We need 2, if not 3, but 1 or 2 can be returning maps. 5, themed content. Since the season starts in June and ends in September, it's easy to theme the update around summer. Quality of life enhancements. We've gotten this at launch, but there's still more to be done. Number 7, lore expansions. Splatoon is one of those special games where everything in-game has a lore reason. So, if we get more stuff, therefore we need more lore. 8, balance improvements. Since it's not just a patch, you could do more to try and get certain weapons in higher positions in the meta. 9, a never seen before idea. These are your fizz bangs, your challenges, adjusting gear, extra work, etc. If there's nothing the audience can't predict, then it eliminates the hype factor of the update. 10, some sort of salmon run upgrade. In order to meet expectations, they need to add a boss, or a map, or a Grizzco weapon, but if you want to exceed expectations, add both. Also, the last map was our last Grizzco map, so we're not getting any more. I will craft a concept for an update which nails these things. This video will cover everything besides specials and maps. Those get their own videos. First, new weapons. If this update has both new weapons and new specials, then it will be way better than other updates. So obviously, for the final update, there are only 2 more classes that have not received a new weapon type, which are the flagship Splatoon 3 weapons, the Stringer and the Splatana. To support my theory that these will be the last weapons to get a new edition, here is a leak from Ash Binary, which contains the code names for new weapons. Stringer_explosion and Saber_heavy. Thank you, Ash Binary, you're the best. The Splatana Wiper was Saber Light, the Stamper was Saber Normal, so it's safe to say that this new Splatana will be just a Stamper, but more powerful and more slow. But I think the Stringer may have a new gimmick, because every other Stringer has had a gimmick before. So I think this Stringer will have 3 bullets, just like the others, but they're going to be very far apart, and they'll never be able to line up, not even at full charge. However, even 1 bullet from the Stringer can splat someone, and they pierce. It will have very long range and very long charge time. This next one is probably the least reasonable idea on the entire list, but honestly, I want a new sub-weapon. Splatoon 2 gave us 4 sub-weapons, and right now we've only gotten 1. And I think my idea is good, but I don't think it's as good as my Boss Salmonid idea coming up. I got this idea when I started to learn Tri-Stringer. They're tiny bombs that do 25 damage, and you can throw 5 in 1 ink tank. They will bounce off the walls, however, they'll stick to the ground. They will be called mini bombs. And also, this is literally just fizz bang. I now know not to take a year to make a video. So, my other idea is that you can hold on the R button, just like a fizzy bomb, but instead of it doing whatever a fizzy bomb does, the bomb multiplies into 4 smaller bombs, then 8, then 16, and 16 is the most you can do, but obviously these 16 bombs will do like 7 damage, and the 8 bombs will do 14, and the 4 will do 28, just so it's not incredibly overpowered. I know it might not be my most reasonable idea, but hey, I can dream. Next, I want to propose an update to side order because most people have finished it by now, and despite it being better than Octo expansion, people still say it's worse. Argue at the wall! So, therefore, I think we should be able to do runs with a teammate, or maybe even a full team of 4 people. I think it could help a lot and give side order that infinite replay value, even though it has already been said, but I think it could really be seen as its own mode. One other thing that I came up with myself is that after you reach floor 30, instead of battling like Smollusk or something, you can battle another player at floor 30 with a super overpowered weapon to see if you got better to color chips than that other player. Of course, the matchmaking time might be a little unreasonable with that one, but I'm sure Nintendo could make it work. Maybe you could like save your run and wait until someone is ready to matchmake, and yeah, just like that. Next is my Grizzco roller idea. Since a Grizzco roller is already in the files, I might as well make an idea. This roller will simply be huge. I mean wide, not huge. And it flings a ton of ink. But it's really the same damage as most roller. However, this super wide roller will be mostly useful when rolling. It will be able to one-shot anything that dares to come on the ground, and it will be fast. Most Grizzco weapons don't focus on the main part of the weapon, so I thought focusing on the rolling, which is not the main part of the weapon, will be realistic. Right before I reveal my Killer King Salmonid idea, I'm gonna need you to subscribe. I have quite the catalog, and I'm active in the Splatoon community. But, most importantly, I have a goal to hit 800 subscribers by the end of May. And if I hit this goal, I will go on live stream and I'm gonna kiss a self-made cardboard cutout of Big Man from Splatoon 3. So, subscribe right now. Tell your mom to do it. And if you're still not convinced, you can check out this playlist to see more of my videos. Then you'll be fully convinced. Now, let's get on with the idea. Finally, the new King Salmonid. There might not be any new Salmon Run content besides this Grizzco roller, but I think Nintendo would have told us if this mess was our last King Salmonid. Like, seriously, what were they thinking? This boss Salmonid isn't gonna be an Inkling, it's gonna be a salmon, or multiple salmon that rotate in a circle. Stay with me now. This could be at the top of the map facing down towards the player, or around the border map facing front towards the player. Here's a little sketch that I made. Now for these salmon gimmicks. There will be eyes on every salmon, and after enough ink is sprayed onto one of these eyes, it will close, doing damage. This won't be too much damage because you can already do damage from just hitting it already before any of the eyes close. This might seem like an easy boss, but here's the catch. It can regenerate one eye at a time, and once its eye regenerates, it will channel its special. There's an animation when the eye is about to open, so you now have to change your focus from the eye that's about to close to the eye that's about to open. After all these eyes are gone, your weapons will do insane damage, and if you can close the eyes, you will probably be able to splat the boss in the time window that it gives you. So, this seems a little bit abstract, but I actually have proof that this boss is possible and might be coming to the game. So you see, when the game came out, there were a lot of salmon stickers that didn't have any matching salmon in the game. But when Ouroboros came out, and I forgot his name, probably Joe came out, there were stickers labeled TS that match them. So now, there's a sticker labeled TS that looks like it says Whirlpool and has the design that I described just now. So I think this boss is going to be called Whirlpool. But what special do I think it will use? Well, sadly, this special that it will use is not in the game yet. It's in Splatoon 2. I think it will be reworked into Splatoon 3 and used for this boss. It's absolutely perfect for this boss. I will describe this special and how it works in the next video, so stick around. So sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger, but I just don't want a super long video. I'm sorry. What do you want for this new season? If I had one more idea that's not in the video, I would want squid beats in the square because I can't help myself. Please subscribe because I'm going to be locking in for the month of May, and I want you to see it. Have a nice day, and stay fresh!